going on? It's your boy. Just really wanted to just get with you guys. Just got off of work. It's back, just get off of work in Texas, but there was a big protest or rally. 6,000 people attended, basically hosted by Bun B. Also was accompanied by Trader Truth, Paul Wall, a few other rappers from Houston. I think a couple other rappers or whatever also came, or celebrities came. Where you had I think you had Representative Al Green and certainly Lee Jackson, and I think a few other politicians, Democrats, Black Caucus, and it was basically just kind of like a co-opted to me. It was more like a photo op and a co-op. They're talking about a lot of people saying if they're gonna be violent, then they should not be part of the protest or they're part of the problem. When you think about it, man, being peaceful and being peaceful while you try to demand some justice really ain't getting you nowhere. You gotta understand, black people been getting oppressed for a while. When we really stand up and be affirmed and be on code and even be in a way, being cunning and even radical in some ways, we actually get a couple of W's. While in the majority of the time we're taking L's. I think I made something about, doing this uprisings and stuff like that throughout the country, through globally, even in Europe and parts of Asia, even parts of in the Caribbean were so far. But it's just police brutality is another arm of white supremacy or even anti-blackness. That's really that's in display. Yes, you got many youth of other, mainly white youth or whatever, or even others that's partaking in some violent aspect of the uprising. But the thing is, there's many different motivating factors in it. When they see revolutions, the people is going to come out because there is many causes in revolution, but there's a core cause that everybody is circling around. The circling around is police brutality. Like I said, police brutality don't really do a majority damage to other groups beside black people, but they also get some way of some brutality. Plus, there's other reasons too that they're out there as well. That's attributing to some of the outbursts of violence. But like I said, violence is the best communication of humanity. It's the best communication even throughout the world of nature. Revolutions always been practiced and even occurred throughout history. If it's 1,000 years ago or several thousands years ago, revolution always been a catalyst of social and of societal changes. That a certain type of society and a certain type of group or an oppressed class is dealing with, and somehow finally have to go into a violent reaction to end it or change it in some way. That's really what a revolution is. Being by peace. Look at MLK. He got killed, and after that, the whole civil rights movement just kind of died out. Reparation died out, everything died out. There was nobody to take the mantle. So, to myself, when people talk about peace, that just basically do nothing to me. You're not going to do nothing. But also, in a great philosophy type of phrase, power only concedes the power. There's two different types of group of people that power would actually listen to. That's people with money, or there's people with guns. And that's just a clear fact. Antonio Moore was talking about random thoughts. I said, homie, I never had random thoughts. I was surrounded by police back in my days. I had gun draw by the police. You know what I'm saying? I tell the police, like I said, I know how to talk to them, you know, because I am a big black person. I'm a black man, very gigantic in size, can be very, very scary in appearance. So I understand the threat when police look at me. And even deep down, they got racial bias that is anti-black hostility. So you put that in the mix, it's a very dangerous, lethal mix. So I understand that very well. I have to let him know, like, dude, you're not going to just come disrespect what I'm just saying. What I'm saying is pretty logical. We went through, look, you took many L's throughout this little chapter of ADOS. You guys trying to prop up Byron Allen, who's not a billionaire. You know, like, come on, you can look up his network and it'll tell you right there. He's not a billionaire. You guys was wrong about HR 40. Totally didn't really read the bill until you guys got corrected, and you guys have to, you know, dub down. There were many stumbles on his way. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he's a hothead. Even through the revolt, when you think about it, he was invited to come to the revolt summit, but he talked bad before even getting on the revolt. How you gonna talk bad about the very people that invited you? You took the invitation to come up there. So yeah, and then you get mad because they disinvited you. So I mean, when you think about the intelligence of Antonio Moore, you kind of see he's not really always there. But you know, he tell you almost the source and the roots every time he talk about his mother. I'm not no shade to his mom. I know rest in peace to his mom, but you know, he was raised by a single mom, and her mom, you know, was poor. I know she's from Mississippi. They said something like that, but you know, but you're raised by a teenage single mother, no dad in the forecast, so you were a very emotional dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't really follow emotional cats. I can't do it. I'm too logical and too cool for that. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is to me. That I really don't want women leading me. I do listen to women, but women, and there are natural leaders that are women, but they're, like I said, even the natural leader of a woman is propped up by a strong natural leader of a man as well. So that's kind of like my theories and thoughts to it. But yeah, just really what it is. But yeah, just to tell people, like, just about people telling about peace and vote Democrat. And I mean, that's nonsense to me. There's no agenda. There's no black agenda. Even though there's a pandemic, and even though there's unrest and there's uprisings going on versus white supremacy through police brutality, there's still a black agenda that's going to have to be addressed, and the reparation that's deal with cutting a check that's got to be addressed. Without it, there's no talk. So let Trump get another 4 years. And that's just what it is in my eyes. But they gotta understand, revolution actually is actually a positive in some societal change. Now, the only way a revolution can end when people feel like they are robbed, or somebody that is not really for the people co-opt the movement of the leadership, and they steer it to almost of a dead end result or situation or ended. So I mean, that's kind of the way it is. I mean, the thing is, black youth is upset right now. We're not hearing the religious or the older generation. Now, I know they're getting celebrities, but even the celebrities, the people is tuning them out because some of the things that they're saying is off code. So it's a lot of awakening going on, a lot. All right, one.